So I believe that most of you know what this game is. Well, maybe you don't, I don't know. But if you don't know what this game is, then you should know what it is. Because it is a pretty incredible game. This is Earthworm Jim 2. And I don't really know what could be said about it besides the fact that it's just a very, very unique game. I mean, yeah. You know, I mean, I actually got to play this. This is not where tangerine shish kebabs comes from, by the way, even though this is anything with tangerines. But the thing about this game is I actually got to play this on the Sega Channel when it was in beta, and they changed the level order around a little bit and changed a few small things. That was about it. But Earthworm Jim is a game done by Shiny Entertainment, which during the 90s made a bunch of really creative, interesting, quirky games. Wild 9 was kind of like their last. Wild 9s was kind of like their last really big foray that I remember. I think they did a few other games after that, but this game and then RC Stunt Copter was probably a game that a lot of people played too. But this game was kind of like their shining achievement. This was like their game, Shiny Entertainment's game. This was like it, you know. And when the original Earthworm Jim came out for Genesis, it was a huge hit. Everybody and their fucking mom pretty much played it. And this is the sequel, which was generally received as being a hell of a lot weirder than the first one. And so that kind of got at new fans and also kind of put off some of the old fans simultaneously. Because while the first one was weird, this one just flat out doesn't give a fuck anymore. So, yeah. Seeing though as how many of you like stuff like LSD and everything else I do, I figured you probably like this game. But the objective of the game is to save Princess What's-Her-Name. That's actually her fucking name. It's Princess What's-Her-Name. And one of the main villains in this game is called Psy-Crow. And that's because he's a crow in a really super-powered, like, super suit. And therefore, he is your arch enemy because you are a worm in a super-powered spacesuit. You are literally just a worm. So, yeah. And this objective of this level is to get pigs and to carry them down a slide where they drop on the slide and land into a fishbowl, which was on the top of a gigantic cat that was punching you in the face. So again, like I said, this game pretty much just doesn't give a fuck. It's pretty much just let's see whatever the hell we can do. That Earth I picked up earlier, you need to pick up 3 of those to get, I believe, either a continue or a bonus level. I forgot which. And right here what I'm doing is I'm using a new characteristic to Earthworm Jim 2, which is shooting snot out of my backpack to connect 2 snot blobs on the top of the wall. And I'm doing really bad at it. But those basically replace the first game where you would whip your head onto hooks, like fishing hooks, to get around the level. And so then you grab up here, and then you get these big jobbies. And now what I have here is a gun that shoots bubbles. They're completely harmless. But what I have right here is 2 gigantic guns that are in the shape of a house that basically blow the ever-living shit out of everything around you. Before I go on here, well, we'll use it on this poor sap. Yeah, so it basically blows the shit out of everything. So use that, and then you can whip your head like usual. So there's no real difference there. You can jump up in the air, and if you hold down the fire button in the air, you get a parachute, and it's a snot parachute again. This replaces the first game where you used to be able to tap the jump button and you could helicopter down. You can still kind of do that. You can go like, and kind of just have a seizure if you want to. And so we're going to go up here. Now we're going to go to the right here in just a minute. But here's Mr. Dickface again. And he will punch you in the face. And in the upper left is your life bar. So you can decide to basically jump up here and drop a whole bunch of shit on him. And then he gets blown. And another asshole. And he gets blown. And so you get these 2, because this isn't really the correct path. You just get those 2 bonuses. And a basketball. So as we're going on here, this is where the game gets even weirder. Because now, you have to get on a chair, and you have to avoid grandmas. And if one of them falls on you, this happens. And she beats you in the head as you fall down the chair ramp. Now, this is on here because, for those of you that don't know, some elderly people actually sit in chairs like this, and that's how they get up staircases. It's like a chair that you sit in, and then you can pull the lever, and then it basically is like a ascending wheelchair. So, that's why that's there. And he gets threw his gun into orbit. Anyways, the atoms there are your life also. I forgot to mention that earlier. And then there's continues and stuff like that. I always loved, though, when I was a kid, how the grandma said gracious. That's probably part of where I base my old woman voice off of, is that voice. Here's the bonus level you can go to if you want to fight grannies all over the place. And of course we do, so we're going to go in it. Now, something weird about this game is the music also. The music is just weird. Which, of course, I love all the music in it. Because, I mean, you know, do I really need to explain that one? And so you can press left and right to avoid it and stuff like that. And yeah. Now, if you really want to try, well, I was going to say you can try for it. You can go for the extra life, but you might miss and then have to do it all over again. Now, the reason we did that is because now this teleporter is gone, and now you have access to these guns. Now, the guy that made the music for this game is Tommy Tallarico, who has been a polarizing figure in video games. A lot of people love him. A lot of people don't like him. I'm pretty much like neutral. I really don't mind either way about him. Oh, I guess wasted 2 of my shots. But he basically was kind of like, he was basically the Steve Jobs of Shiny Entertainment. He was basically the figurehead. He was the main face of the company. He was the musician. He was the creative think tank for the company, pretty much. Like, he pretty much suffered all of the negative and all of the positive whenever any of these games came out. It was very much a Steve Jobs-esque company where it was all around him. But that's what pushed it. That's what made it so good, is that, you know, people were like, oh, it's Shiny Entertainment. This is basically, you know, Tommy Tallarico is going to be involved in this, so if you like him, then this game is going to be really good. If you don't like him, then, you know, well, you're probably going to play the game anyways, because pretty much everything this company put out was good. So now you have a gun that shoots from your fingers, and you can shoot anywhere you want, and Jim kind of shits his pants. For those of you that also remember it, there was a cartoon show, actually, on this series, too. And so that, I think, went on for about a season or two. And I think it did pretty good. I remember it being pretty decent. It was kind of like Freakazoid. You have to pick up pigs here, and you have to get them past this dude. And so you have to drop them on here to get the weight so you can get the fuck out of Dodge. But one is not enough. So you have to go down here and get another piggy. You can jump up here, and now it's enough. So now you can get through. And I believe, I thought you could get through there and it'd be secret passage or something like that. Oh yeah, see, there's something over there. I think I have to use my snot swing. Yeah, there we go. So now I have ammo up the fucking ass. But now my thing has went away because I took too long. And if you take too long, the pigs fly off into orbit. So, yeah. Because that makes perfect sense with what's been going on in this game, you know, this entire time. The funny thing is all the ammo you're getting right now for this level is basically fucking useless for, like, the next 10 levels. Like, it's just, there's no point. Now, I believe, yeah, now sometimes you can trigger secret spots so you can go back and get shit. But, here's the boss of the level with an epic intro. And that's the fight. So that's it. And at the end of each level, you have to launch yourself to the next level by throwing an anvil onto a board and throwing yourself into orbit. At which point, well done. Cows tell you well done. And then the one in the back smiles.